Hi, this is Mitch at Bloom Financial with just a quick update on where we are currently with the coronavirus, which has infected more than 90,000 people and is responsible for more than 3,000 fatalities and is now making its way into the United States. And unfortunately, when we're confronted with something like this, when we really don't know what the outcome is going to be, it becomes troubling for our well-being and for our money, especially when you see empty shelves at Costco and the 10-year treasury falling below 1% for the first time ever. So while we really don't know how wide this virus is going to spread, reacting out of fear typically doesn't work out for our best. Of course, you want to make sure that you take precautionary measures to take care of yourself. You want to make sure you're washing your hands frequently. You've heard this all in the news. You want to stay away from people who might be sick. But you also want to seriously consider, this is something you haven't heard much on the news, is having an appropriate stock of food, prescriptions, and supplies in the event that you are required to be isolated or quarantined at home. So for that, what I've done is I've provided a couple of attachments below to help guide you on those best practices. Now, one question that keeps coming up over and over is how should we handle the financial side of this epidemic, because it doesn't take a lot to see that these markets are just going crazy. They've become extremely volatile. And I mean, just last week, the markets went down 11%, which was the worst week since the mortgage crisis in 2008. So I have no doubt that after the markets had a little bit of a trouble with the recent trade war, that now the virus kicking in is going to be a negative drag on the global economy, mainly from the disruption of supply chains and global travel. But this does not mean that we're going to have one of the largest recessions. There's just no way to tell at this point what kind of effect this is going to have, and it's impossible to know how these markets are ultimately going to respond. But what we can do is we can look to the past for some answers. And what we know from history is that markets tend to react to an epidemic or a pandemic for the short term. So they'll be going down, but at some point they're going to recover. And typically that's within a few months, but it could take longer, especially since I don't think the economy is quite as strong as it's been reported, even though I'm not an economist. So bottom line, as long as we have had a stock market, it's always come back. And I recommend that you go forward with a level head and obviously step back, take a look at your complete overall situation from a financial side and from a personal health side, because panic is not going to serve you well in dealing with coronavirus as it spreads either through the community or across the country. So in the meanwhile, take care, be very well, and we hope to hear from you soon. Bye-bye.